So this video is going to be how to manifest your dream life in 2026. Okay, we're going to start the new year off right, and we're going to get everything that we want and dreamed in the new year. And if not now, soon, no rather than later. Okay, so I talked to a manifestation coach. I can't talk. I talked to a manifestation coach when I was in my grad school program. Okay, and this woman, she basically talks to people who run Fortune 100 companies. Okay, so she's legit, she was real, and she told us a story. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what she told us, and then I'm going to tell you my story of how it worked for me and what I plan on doing for the new year. Okay, so pretty much it was during COVID, and everybody was just like, scared about if they were going to get a new job out of college and stuff. It was like, oh my gosh, like, jobs are like laying off people. What's this new world we're navigating? Like, it was a hard time, okay? And so what my school did was like they created this program which had like different workshops to kind of best prepare us to get jobs once we got out of school. So the best thing that I think that they did in that workshop was the number one thing, the first step that this school, and I'm gonna just say this, my school is an advertising and marketing school, all right? And anybody that has been in the rooms with these Fortune 100 people, these companies and stuff, went to that school, okay? A lot of people went to the school. So for them to have somebody and for this to be the first step, it must be, in my opinion, it must be legit. They must have had stories to tell, all this other stuff, right? So the woman comes in, I've seen her around like before, and she was, like pretty interesting. Like I had seen her at different functions for the school, but never knew who she was. And I was like, I wondered why people gravitated towards her and stuff. So what happened was she starts with a story and says that when she was younger, she found this book. Okay. I don't know what book it was, but it was a book. And she said that she thought that at first it was mumbo jumbo. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people, they think that like manifestation, some people think that it's mumbo jumbo. Some people really believe in it. But she told us about this story where she read this book and she said that she really wanted to go on this trip to this island. And I was like, okay, cool, girl. You like, who doesn't want to go on a trip on an island? But she said she didn't have any money at the time. Now, fast forward, this woman has lots of wealthy friends. This woman is wealthy, right? But back then, she was just a normal person, okay? And she ends up reading this book, and basically she meets this guy and starts dating this guy. Okay, she doesn't think anything of it. And he basically had told her that, like, you can go on this trip with us because we are doing something. Like they were studying something in college, I can't remember, but they were going to go to this island and yada yada yada, which happened to be the same island as the woman wanted to go to that was telling us about it. And she's like, what, this is nuts. But it was like maybe like a few dollars, or not dollars, but it was something that she needed, monetary rise that she did not have at the time. So what ended up happening was one of the people that she was working for, just like, she kind of told them the story and they just ended up giving her the money, right? This is after she did, what the book said. This is after, um practicing and believing and all this other stuff. Like she said, like she didn't have to do nothing like crazy for it. It just happened for her, right? And so I was like, I always knew in my head that there was something to you speaking something into existence or whatever. I just didn't know what it was called. And so pretty much I was like, I'm going to do what she did, right? Like I'm going to do exactly what this woman said. This is what she said do, and then I'm going to tell you what happened for me. Okay? So pretty much she said, you need to treat manifestation as if you're like doing an order to the universe. Okay, like if you're religious, it's like a prayer, but it's like you're doing an order to like the universe, pretty much. Like you're going to like the fast food restaurant, and you're like saying, I want this salad with this cucumbers and ranch dressing, all of this other stuff. Like you have to be specific, but you can't be so specific in like the way that it will happen, because it doesn't really necessarily work like that. You just have to know what you want and write those details down. So she said, being in that spirit of being like, I'm thankful and I'm appreciative and like I'm just in gratitude, right? That's the best energy to be in, right? Because if we look at quantum physics says that like attracts like energy. You know what I'm saying? High vibrational energy attracts high vibrational energy. You have to be in that mindset and believing that anything and everything is possible. And being thankful for what you have, because something that you have right now, somebody is manifesting, okay? Then says, write a letter, right? First, start off with that gratitude thing, saying, like, if you believe in God, if you believe in the universe, whatever you believe in, being like, I am so thankful for X, Y, Z, 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 Z. I know that universe, that anything that is possible, blah, 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 blah. Next, you start right now. You start treating it like a letter. And even in therapy, my therapist has told me, this I don't practice as much as I should, but she told me to do this, the woman, and you write down the letter. Okay? You write down the letter. Then you read it in morning and you read it at night and you meditate on it for a little while. Yeah, you visualize it and all this other stuff. The next thing to do, like, is sometimes I think it works to kind of put like action behind it, like whether it's calling people or like, being out and about and all this other stuff, if that makes sense. But when you do those steps, something is bound to happen. Okay. So I'll tell you what happened for me. I pretty much wrote down the job that I wanted, right? Now I'm looking, I'm not at the job anymore. At the time, it was my dream job. But I wrote down the dream job that I wanted, the type of work that I wanted to do, and everything, okay? I said the type of money I wanted to make, all this other stuff, right? And that's what I put down on this list. Y'all, it didn't happen maybe I had gotten some work throughout, like I was able to supply myself with work, but y'all, within maybe like not a year, but like in some time, I ended up getting my dream job. And in the first 6 months, crazy stuff just started happening. Like one, like my favorite childhood TV, like this is how I know that it was like a positive sign for me to be there. My childhood favorite thing that I love, like Batman. We did a project on Batman. I got to start working on Black Panther. Okay, like I was on the team for that, and then I was on a team for Disney, and then I ended up within 6 months being in Adweek's Profiles in Black Creativity, a major publication sponsored me. I went viral for some work that I did, and then I ended up in this major publication. And it was just like, I just knew that that came from writing that letter that I manifested. So it worked for me. I'm just like, sometimes I get in my head and I'm just like, is this too good to be true? But it's not too good to be true, because it's exactly what I asked for. So I'm going to try that again this year. And I hope that I come back to this video, and I hope I come back to this video in the new year, and all my manifestations that I had for this year, I hope that they come true. I hope that yours comes true. I hope this video helps somebody. If you have any questions, down at the bottom. Leave them down at the bottom. Make sure you like and subscribe to follow my little vlog journey. But yeah, we got it, y'all.